Hello everyone, myself Dr. Harishankar Singh. In this video, we will discuss about the capacitance. As any two conducting bodies when separated by an insulating, that is dielectric material, regardless of their shape and size, form a capacitor. If any DC voltage is connected across them, the surfaces of conductors connected to the positive and negative source terminal will accumulate positive and negative charge respectively. If conductor has excess charge, it distributes the charge on its surface in such a manner as to maintain a zero electric field everywhere within the conductor to ensure that electric potential is same at every point in the conductor. Consider two conductors when the potential difference V in volts. When we connect the potential V naught, the positive terminal with the conductor 1 and negative terminal with the conductor 2. So we will have the positive charge accumulation at conductor 1 and negative charge accumulation at conductor 2. Therefore, we have surface charge density rho s plus on the conductor 1 and we have surface charge density rho s minus on the conductor 2. Since there is a potential difference between the conductors, there must be an electric potential field, that is V. Then an electric field in the region between the conductors. Likewise, if there is an electric field, then we can specify an electric flux density D, which we can use to determine the surface charge density rho on each of the conductors by using Gauss law. We find that if the total net charge on one conductor is plus Q, then the charge on other will be minus Q. In other words, the total net charge on each conductor will be equal but opposite. And note that this does not mean that surface charge densities on each conductor will be equal. That means surface charge density on conductor 1 will not be equal to surface charge density on conductor 2. That means rho s plus will not be equal to rho s minus. This means surface integral over the s plus rho s plus ds will be equal to minus of surface integral for s minus rho s minus ds, and this will be equal to total charge, where surface s plus is the surface surrounding the conductor with the positive charge and the higher electric potential, you can say, while the surface S minus surround the conductor with the negative charge, where the lower potential, or you can say zero potential, is observed. So the mutual capacitance between two conductors is defined as C is equal to Q by V, where Q is the total charge on each conductor and V is the potential difference between each conductor. In this case, V naught is applied between conductor 1 and conductor 2. If charges will be there, so electric field line will be there from the positive charge to negative charge. Recall that total charge on conductor can be determined by integrating the surface charge density rho s across the entire surface S of the conductor. So we can write surface integral S plus rho S plus ds, and this will be equal to minus of surface integral S minus rho S minus ds, and this will be equal to total charge on the conductor. We also know that surface charge density on the surface of a conductor can be determined from the electric flux density from the Gauss law. So we can write rho s is equal to d dot an. An is the basically unit vector normal to the conductor. After combining previous equations, that means surface integral rho s plus ds equal to minus of surface integral rho s minus ds, and this is equal to Q, and another equation, that is rho s is equal to d dot an. After combining these two equations, we will get Q is equal to surface integral d dot an ds, and this will be equal to surface integral for the s minus d dot an ds. And we can also write simply Q is equal to surface integral s plus d dot ds, and this will be equal to minus of surface integral s minus d dot ds, where vector d is equal to an ds. And also we know that d is equal to epsilon e. Therefore, total charge Q can be written as Q is equal to surface integral epsilon E dot ds. The potential difference V between two conductors can be determined by the relation of E and V. We have V is equal to line integral E dot dl over contour C, where C is any contour that leads from one conductor to other conductor, or you can say from one plate to another plate. Therefore, we can determine the capacitance between these two conductors. That can be written as C is equal to Q by V, where Q is surface integral epsilon naught E dot ds and V is line integral E dot dl over contour C, where the contour C must start at some point on the surface S plus and end at the some point on the surface S minus, where surface area of S plus is equal to S minus. Now, the previous equation can be written as Q is equal to CV. In other words, we can say that the charge stored by two conductors is equal to the product of their mutual capacitance and potential difference between them. Therefore, greater the capacitance, the greater the amount of charge is stored. Further, differentiate above equation with respect to t. So we will get dq by dt is equal to C dv by dt, and we know dq by dt is I. So we can write I is equal to C dv by dt. This equation is called as basically displacement current, and the concept of displacement current will be used during the explanation of the Maxwell fourth equation, that is Maxwell Ampere circuital law. Thank you for watching this video.